Hi, my name is John Haynes. I am so privileged and honoured to be one of the founder members of the International Coaching Academy. In my 4 decades of learning from mistakes, from failures, and having tremendous success, I want to share with you right now how to listen with the famous white magic. And what's the white magic? You see, the white magic is all part of another person giving some special gift to another human being. It works like this. When a person comes to you, they've got worries, they've got challenges, and all they want you to do is listen. Listen for your soul. But unfortunately in life, we get into bad habits of not sharing our skills and our knowledge and our heart with another person. So how does the white magic work? When you join us on the journey to become a personal performance coach, which by the way will change your life forever, guaranteed, we share how to really listen. And there's 10 principles of how to listen with the white magic. Let me just share one of the principles now, and maybe I'll give another one in a minute. Is that okay? The first principle, when you're listening with the white magic, when a person comes towards you, I got told many years ago from a fantastic lady. She said, John Haynes, when a person comes to you for the first time, and it could be your friend, your mother, your child, it could be a prospect, it could be a client, it could even be your boss. When they come towards you, I want you to remember this, John Haynes, she said. You think to yourself, all of us are just small children inside, walking around with big grown-up bodies. Yes, we've got our hurts, we've got our doubts, we've got our concerns, we have our worries, and we definitely got a lot of loneliness. And she said, when they're coming towards you, John, you remember this. They're coming towards you. Imagine they've got a big haversack on their back, a haversack, and it's weighing them down. It's weighing them down with worries and doubts and fears and hurts. And it's weighing them down so much. And as they get closer towards you, John Haynes, she said, that's when you see it. You see the invisible sign around their neck. You're the only person that can see it, and I want you to see people from this point of view from now on. And she said to me, John, you can see the sign, and they come towards you, and the sign simply says, please make me feel important. Just make me feel important. I want you to, from now on, when a person comes towards you, you imagine the haversack with doubts and worries and concerns and problems, and you see this sign around their neck, and it says, please make me feel important. And this lady said to me, John Haynes, the only way you can make another person feel important is by listening, and listening through the soul, listening with the white magic, with that white magic. And as they get closer and they start to talk, and it doesn't matter what the subject matter is, you listen. You don't interrupt. You don't look this way, that way. You don't look at your watch. You just listen for your soul. And as you're listening, they know you're listening, and their subconscious mind picks it up, and they say to themselves, well, isn't this a relief? This is the first time another person has listened to me in a long time. And by the way, they do say, even in crowded families, when the families are together at night and at the weekend, people are feeling lonely. Because people are always talking, watching the television, on the computer games, and nobody really listens to another person. So when a person comes to you, please make me feel important, and you listen, and you smile, and you nod, and you put that paper down, you switch off that television, and you just listen to them, and listen to them, and let them just enjoy your subconscious mind tuning into theirs. And as you're listening, suddenly the problems start to disappear because they feel a little bit better. The self-esteem goes up, the self-confidence, and you listen. And then this lady said to me, John, and then as you're listening and they feel good about themselves and confident and special. Suddenly, she said, John Haynes, that's when you see it. You start to see the white magic. And it's coming down over the head, over the shoulders. It's sprinkling down over them. And suddenly their problems, their challenges are starting to disappear. And that little child inside is starting to feel more good about themselves. And she said, John, if you can do that for everybody you meet from now on, and listen through the soul and see that sign, please make me feel important. That's when the white magic comes over. She said, John Haynes, you try it. Now, I started implementing the white magic many, many, many years ago. It changed my life. Suddenly, I've become more popular. People start to agree with me. I went into management and they wanted me to be their leader. My relationships improved, my family life improved, and I realized for all those years, many years before, when I was listening in an incorrect way, in a bad-mannered way, I was losing friendships and signs. So there's a massive principle with the white magic, but you're going to learn more about this when you join us on the personal performance coaching journey. Another one of the principles we're going to teach you how to listen with the white magic is this. Please, when a person's talking to you, don't interrupt, don't jump in, because it irritates a person so much when they're in full flow. Do you know people like that? They've just got a habit of interrupting. You've just got to say something and they interrupt. Please don't interrupt. It really upsets a person, and then they feel angry and the self-esteem goes down. What you do, this is a little secret. When a person is in full flow, you never interrupt. And when you do stop speaking, don't jump in straight away. Use the 5-second pause. This is magical. This is the white magic at its best. Use the 5-second pause. They stop speaking. Now, the reason why possibly they've stopped speaking is possibly they wanted airtime, or they want to digest what they've just said. Or they might be thinking what they're going to say next. But if you jump in straight away and say this, they go, I haven't finished yet, will you give me time? It really upsets a person, they get angry. So you go like this. They stop speaking and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you're not doing that to them. You're going quietly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if they're still quiet, then you go on with the conversation. You can ask them another nice question and let them speak again, because all you want them to do is speak, so the white magic can come over their shoulders. So the 5-second pause and not interrupting is absolutely critical. I've got a beautiful, beautiful client, and this lady lives in Glasgow, and I coach her on the phone. And I've only ever met her once in 3 years, but as you know, the power of the phone, your personality goes down the telephone line. And she talks, and she's a beautiful lady. She's 55. She doesn't have much of a family. Her job's not going anywhere. And I just listen. And the first time I was coaching her, I was getting ready to coach her, even with the white magic on the phone. And I went 1, and she finished talking 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I just said, and next we said, John, I haven't finished yet. And I realized I jumped in too quickly. So I go like this, and now this lovely lady will go 1, and I count off for 8 seconds. And she goes, oh, and another thing, John, and this happened in work today, and this hurt me. And she goes quiet again. She needs a lot of time to think and digest what you said and what she's going to say next. And we get on like a house on fire. So I use the 8-second pause on here, but our relationship is like that. Now, to use the white magic, there's 10 principles, and we're going to go through this with you on the journey. But my action point for you right now is this. From now on, this is your action point. I'll be checking on you. The next person who comes into your contact, you say to yourself, all they are is a small child inside, walking around in a great big body. All of us are like this. We're lippy on the outside, but in the inside we have our fears. And as they come towards you, you've got to realize they've got this haversack of worry and doubt on them. And suddenly you start to see the sign, please make me feel important. And you listen then with the white magic, and listen and listen. That's your big action point. The next action points, of course, from now on, you use that 5-second pause. Stop your interrupting. I'll be checking on you. Stop your interrupting and just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and suddenly they'll feel good about themselves. And because they feel good about themselves, you're right, they'll start to feel good about you. So there's your 2 main action points. There's 2 of the principles of the white magic. Join us on the journey and we'll give you the other 8 principles. But everything you do in life from now, just listen through the soul and listen with the famous white magic. Good luck.